And we're starting.
Okay.
So what would you say your experiences have been, like, as a straight person with the LGBTQ plus community?
Well, first of all, it did start from like university. I didn't realise this, but really naive about it. When, like, before university, like, I didn't hardly know anyone or about anything about the community. It was only when, obviously, I became friends with some during, like, my staying there at the university. Did I actually get to know them, and they opened up their stories and really did educate me into, like, the definitions and what their experiences were like, and also getting to live with them and, you know, them, you know, just getting to know them and forming friendships with them. Did I actually really see the other side of, you know, other than being straight, and even assuming that they were straight, like, that sort of, like, has slowly, you know, changed for me now. So.
Kind of getting rid of the mindset you were used to.
Yeah, like the assumption that, okay, everyone's straight until they tell me they're not.
Yeah.
It's like I no longer assume anything. I'm just waiting for them to tell me if they wish.
Especially at Bath Spa.
Yeah, especially at Bath Spa.
Yeah. So what has that been like for you?
In some cases it has been shocking. You know, so, you know, for myself, like, again, it's also like changing me with my mindset as well, but it's in a positive way.
Yeah.
So again, I've become more open-minded the more I learn.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not been a negative at all. I've never, you know, have no, nothing bad has happened with, or anything. But
so what would you say was shocking about planning? You don't have to, like, censor yourself or anything. Just
I don't know. It's shocking because when someone, like, tells me, like, oh, they identify them as this, and I'm just like, what is that? You know, like, what, that there's more, you can be more than just, like, gay or lesbian or, like, bi. There's more.
There's a lot of identities out there.
Yeah, it's just like, what? You know, there's, like, loads. And I'm like, how many is there? And it's just sort of like, no, and the fact that you don't have to be just this, but there's, as you explained, there's a spectrum, so you can be, like, you can put yourself where you like. You don't have to be, like, specifically this and this. You can have, like, a mix, and you can, you know, if you do wish to identify yourself. Like, some people, I say I've got more, like, empathy. Like, some people don't wish to, so there is sort of this, like, consideration, you know, for other people.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's interesting. So what would you say are some identities that you'd never heard about, like something that was really weird for you to discover, or really surprising, or really interesting, kind of whatever?
I think it was like asexual and, like, demisexual.
Yeah.
Because, like, so many people have identified themselves as that I know of, and obviously I've never, like, you know, knew them. So luckily, like, obviously I went to you and I was like, what does this mean? What is this?
Yeah.
You know, and I, you know, I wanted to know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't want to be, like, naive about it. Like, again, like I was before. Like, I actually generally had a natural interest in this.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so again, so it's then it's like it's sort of, so I don't have to step over, like, I'm not stepping over any line or anything. So again, I am being considerate, but also
wanting to educate yourself.
Yeah, and it's just more to know, really, because it's sort of like you've just been stuck in this little bubble, and now you're just knowing more. So it's sort of like more exploration. You know, you get to see people in a different light. You can see, like, different views. Again, which is why I'm interested in, like, people, like, mindsets and how they're all different. You know, so instead of, like, being limited, I can now just, like, you know, broaden out my knowledge of, you know, who people are.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Yeah.
So do you think, would you say that most of your education about the community and, like, different identities has come, like, straight up from people who identify that way, or, like, someone on the spectrum just telling you this is what that is?
Definitely with obviously people that are in that community themselves. I've never learned anything from a straight person. I've never learned anything from a straight person.
Oh, I'm gonna quote that.
yeah, I just haven't. It's just, like, if anything, I just went to you. Like, I went to someone who I would know have knowledge on it, and the best source is you guys that are in the community than yourselves.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I'd rather get, like, absolute straight from the source, you know.
Straight.
Yeah, damn it. And not going around any corners or anything.
Yeah.
You know. So
No, that's definitely good.
yeah, it's like, and since I have you guys around, so why not? I have the sources right here.
Yeah. Straight from the horse's mouth. So, around the end of last year, I told you guys that I was non-binary and like asked everyone to use different pronouns. How's that like as an adjustment? Of
That-
kind of just like having someone be like, oh yeah, you know the gender you assumed I was? Not actually that, turns out.
I would say, well, first of all, I accept a lot of, I accept a lot of people. So when you told me that, it wasn't like, again, I wasn't shocked. It was like I completely accepted it, and the first thing I was focusing was, okay, how am I going to change, again, my mindset to make sure that I do say they, them.
Yeah.
That was really difficult because, again, it was sort of like having to change it every time I had to say it. I had to really think about saying it, not just saying it right off the bat.
Yeah, because it's breaking a habit, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. It was like breaking a habit. And I do say I do still struggle.
Yeah.
But the fact that now when I say it in my mind, I say it correctly. It's now just getting it across vocally.
Oh,
now.
no, that's so nice.
So I do. It's just sort of like I practice in my head, like it's this. But then when I say it, it's, again, I completely forget it.
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
most of the time I actually am saying it right. So, I do like practice it. I'm like, hey, it's this. There is, again, that.
That's a really good thing to hear.
I know. It's been taking a long time now, but I'm actually getting there.
But you were trying the whole time, and that's what's important.
Because if I don't, I get frustrated myself, like personally.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, it says this,
I know this.
Exactly, especially when it's something small, like for myself, just to change. But I know it's like a big thing for you. But again, it's not that much like difficulty. It's something small. You're just changing the wording, and again, like sort of like your thoughts as well.
Yeah.
But it's it's worth it, really.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Aww. What did you think of Pride when you went?
I thought it was great.
Yeah?
No.
So how was that environment from a person who, like, obviously you hadn't had a lot of exposure to that kind of environment, and going to somewhere where it's like, it's so gay, and it's just all of us celebrating just like being gay and like queer and trans and just everything. So how was it like to kind of like be part of that?
Well, it was great to see how, first of all everyone was connecting with each other.
Yeah.
Again, it was like a place of like safety as well. But more importantly, it was just like, for me, it was like enjoying spending my time with you guys.
Yeah.
So we did have like a lot of fun, and everyone was like more themselves, I would say. So it was great to see like that side, and it was very like energetic, and it was like it really did sort of like pull you in.
Yeah.
So I would say, I didn't feel like an outsider at all. I did felt sort of like I was like with you guys.
Yeah.
So it was great to, and then obviously it was great to see you guys like being like together, and really, I don't know how to say it, but just being like open about it, like
yeah.
And even you had the mayor there as well, so it was like, that's not showing support, you know.
We've got some well-connected people on that side.
You do, yeah. No, it was great fun, really.
Yeah.
If anything, as long as everyone enjoyed themselves there, so it was a great event to be at.
Okay, good stuff. Right, thank you for talking to me.
That's all right.